Australian Border Force officers are conducting routine bag searches of passengers arriving off a flight from America. And they have stopped a young couple who say they are here for a 2-week holiday.
You're here for honeymoon, is that right?
Well, I call it a honeymoon, but we just got engaged.
As they search their luggage, officers immediately locate some documents which may be of interest.
Is that a medical certificate?
Yeah, just carry it on.
Yeah, no worries. Are you bringing any in with you today?
No, not at all.
During the baggage exam, we've found a number of cards and a piece of paper that says they're on medical marijuana. In California, it's legal for medical usage, so they've got cards that state that they're users of marijuana.
How often do you use marijuana?
Honestly, at least once a night, just to sleep, yeah.
So how do you think you're going to go being away for 2 weeks without it then?
It's on the head.
Yeah? Okay.
Is that medicinal? Is that the reason why
The only time I really smoke is at night. You just smoke it, go to sleep, you wake up, you're fine.
As the search continues, officers notice subtle differences in the behaviour of the couple.
She's very relaxed, happy to be here. He's more intent watching the baggage exam, a little concerned about something. We'll keep on looking at his luggage and see what his concerns are.
Have you been using it every day since you had the accident though?
I mean, yeah.
Do you ever take
something
time
that
off?
I use. Yeah, definitely. Like when I go see my family down in Mexico, I don't take it.
It may be allowed in California, but marijuana is illegal in Australia. And with their admission that they are regular users, officers have one major concern about this couple.
Don't have any marijuana on it?
I wish.
Sorry?
I said I wish. It's going to be a long trip without it.
Despite their denials, Supervising Officer Lee still has his doubts.
We're going to have a really close look at these two. We know they've been using marijuana, so they may have some in their luggage.
Despite numerous warnings when entering Australia, many passengers still fail to declare certain food or plant material that they may be carrying. Today, in Sydney, biosecurity officers are about to inspect a number of sealed boxes belonging to a woman returning from Vietnam, as they suspect they contain a large amount of undeclared organic material.
Okay, what is this one? Yeah? Okay. Why did you say no here? Number 7. Why did you say no?
As the passenger speaks very little English, Officer Jeanette will use a translation booklet to question the woman further.
This is this one, and you've said no. Why? But this is not English, this is in Vietnamese. You are Vietnamese? Yeah, but you're Vietnamese, yes? Okay, this card is not English, this is Vietnamese. Why did you say no?
But saying sorry may not be enough to get this passenger off the hook, especially once the next box is open.
So much food. So much. Why?
At Sydney's International Mail Centre, all incoming packages are screened for prohibited items or illegal substances. And today, a parcel sent from India is causing some concern.
Hey Pete, you want to come and have a look at this one? This one, yeah. The X-ray, it looks a bit strange. They look like handbags to you?
Yeah, they do, yeah.
They're declared as purses and bags. You can see here, that's the base of the bag.
Yeah.
And if you zoom in, it just looks, see the cracking here? It doesn't look quite right,
No,
so definitely worth having a look at.
Suspecting there may be narcotics concealed in the handbags, Australian Border Force officers Peter and Carly take the package to an examination room so the contents can be inspected.
Not very well packaged to protect the goods.
That's what we thought.
The box contains the declared handbags, and on initial inspection, nothing seems amiss.
No smell of glue.
You can definitely see something on X-ray though. That's
Yeah, absolutely.
something in the bottom.
Yeah.
I think you can see here that has been adjusted.
Yeah, we wouldn't expect that on a brand new bag.
No, it's sort of as if it's been cut and then
Resealed.
sealed.
Yeah, so we'll use that as our entry point.
Yeah.
Jackpot.
There we go. It's not meant to be there.
Yeah.
While searching the luggage of a young American couple, Australian Border Force officers have discovered they are carrying medical marijuana cards, and they have admitted they are daily users of the drug back home in California, where it is legal.
We know they've been using marijuana, so they may have some in their luggage.
Marijuana is a prohibited import into Australia, and as the man seems a little anxious, officers need to determine if it's because he has something to hide.
Fiance, has he been in trouble?
Nothing major.
When you say
That I know
nothing
of.
major, what does it mean?
Like, I mean, he hasn't like, killed anybody or...
What about narcotics?
No, we just smoke weed. We're kind of hippies.
Yeah. So he's been caught with marijuana.
We all have, but we don't get in trouble for it.
Right.
Since I've been with him, he's never been like jail.
Has police spoken to him before?
Oh yeah, they always. I mean, because he has tattoos. Everyone, they always stop him. Or like when we go into like clubs and stuff, they always like search him down.
It's not what the couple do at home that is of any concern for Border Force officers, but what they may be bringing into Australia.
Seen one of these before?
Oh yeah.
Swabs are taken of some of their personal belongings to check for any traces of illegal substances. In Sydney, the luggage of a passenger arriving from Vietnam is being inspected by Biosecurity Officer Jeanette, and so far, she has discovered a large quantity of undeclared food items.
Okay, what we've got here is some fish. The fish is actually allowed, subject to inspection, but the other consideration here is the volume, and she has what we would consider a commercial amount, so she may not be taking all of this with her today, even if it is okay.
Travellers are permitted to carry up to 5 kilograms of fish into Australia as long as it's prepared correctly.
It's been salted, it's been dried to some point, but it's still quite fresh.
Officer Jeanette is satisfied the fish is not a biosecurity risk, but she is not happy with the amount the passenger is carrying.
So that's about a kilo a bag.
There is more than twice the permitted weight.
You're only allowed 5 kilo. You have too much and you're not allowed this amount.
5 kilograms of fish will be returned to the passenger. The rest will be seized. But it doesn't end there. Yet another box is full of undeclared food products.
So we have more fish. This is problem.
See the cracking here? It doesn't look quite right.
No.
After noticing an anomaly on the X-ray of this box of handbags sent from India, Australian Border Force officers have taken them to an examination room for closer inspection.
We wouldn't expect that on a brand new bag.
Believing the bag has been tampered with and may contain narcotics, the stitching has been cut open.
Jackpot.
There we go. It's not meant to be there.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get that concealment out. Oh yeah, there we go.
Coming out very easily.
The concealed package is easily removed, and officers are confident they have located an illicit substance.
It kind of feels a bit powdery, Pete.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, you can see it's definitely a like an off-white powder in there.
Suspecting the off-white powder is heroin, a specific narcotics test is used to identify the substance.
If it is heroin, this when I crack this last vial, it should go bright green.
It's an immediate result, confirming the presence of high-purity heroin. To find out how much of the narcotic they are dealing with, the remaining 2 handbags are checked.
This one's taken very easily. Yep, same again.
Confirming all 3 bags have the same concealment, one of the packages is weighed.
So that's about 148 grams. So there's about 400 grams of heroin concealed in the base of the 3 bags. So that's a good detection today. Yeah. So we'll hand that over to the Australian Federal Police and they'll investigate from there.
Australian Border Force officers have just had a positive swab result for an illegal substance from the luggage of this American couple who say they are here for a holiday.
It's come back positive for THC, which is a major ingredient of marijuana. We'll continue with the baggage search and see what happens.
Some of the woman's personal items are taken to be X-rayed as officers step up their search for any possible concealments.
What's in that?
That's just sleeping medicine. Take it right out. Smooth. Easy.
So you well rested on the flight then?
Well, rest, I slept 12 hours. Yeah, it just more put you right out.
So far, nothing seems unusual.
They all look good. Nothing inside those.
The woman's luggage gets the all clear, but Officer Lee wants to make one more check.
I want to be sure that you don't have anything on your body, narcotic-wise. Detaining you for the purpose of a frisk search. Could you read the card for me?
She consents to a frisk search as her fiancé's final bag is checked.
Just get you to stand out a little bit more. What I want you to do is stand. That's exactly right.
As the search for narcotics continues, officers suddenly have a major breakthrough as a package is located taped to the inside of some of the man's clothing.
You have too much.
This Vietnamese passenger has claimed she has nothing to declare.
So we'll have a closer look at that one then.
But biosecurity officers have found that her luggage actually conceals a huge range of restricted items.
So we have more fish. This is problem.
Another 5 kilograms of fish is found, along with non-commercially packaged food and other items which could pose a serious biosecurity risk.
What we're actually looking at here is tree sap. Now it's non-commercially packaged and it does require the botanical name for us to identify the species of tree that it's come from.
Some tree saps are used in Chinese medicine to improve the flow of blood and urine.
You can see that it's not very clean. It's actually got some particle throughout. So it basically could contain anything. It could contain seed, pathogen, insects, and therefore really presents a threat and an issue. So we're going to seize that today.
There are also unlabelled seeds which are not allowed.
This is problem today, okay?
With so many boxes of prohibited goods, it's a serious situation.
It's such a large amount. For her to fail to declare when the card is actually asking her the question in her own language is not really acceptable at all.
And this passenger could be facing a hefty fine.
Just get you to stand out a little bit more. What I want you to do is stand.
Australian Border Force officers are searching an American couple who are both carrying medical marijuana cards and have admitted to being daily users of the drug back home where it is legal for medical reasons.
Okay, thank you.
The frisk search is negative, but officers suspect the man may be trying to smuggle the illicit substance in with him, as a package is located taped inside his clothing.
The baggage officers had a good look through the bag, and as she's been taking out one of the pairs of jeans, she felt something inside the jean and found a bag inside, and there's a green vegetable matter in there, which we believe is marijuana.
But he claims the package is not his.
So you say it's your cousin's? You know where you got it from?
Probably from California, since he has the same medical card as me.
Okay.
And it's funny because I asked him for those and the black one.
He didn't tell you that there was anything in there?
He didn't tell me. I know that I was coming here. I would not bring nothing to this country.
Regardless of how it got there, this passenger could be in serious trouble, and Border Force officers take the next step.
In light of finding that, basically I'm going to caution you, so you don't have to say or do anything, but anything you say or do may be used against you. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
The man has read his rights, and Officer Stella has a few more questions.
Are you hiding anything on your body?
Nothing, man. I have nothing on my body, nothing.
Anything inside your body?
Nothing.
Does anyone ask you to swallow or bring anything
I promise
out?
you, I'm smarter than that. My business is too big, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to lose what I got going on to hide something in my body. I promise. I'm clean as can be. I'm just surprised that she is that was in there.
He will now be taken to a private interview room to be questioned further, and the contents of the package will be tested, as this couple is now left to wonder if the man's time in Australia will be spent in the custody of the Australian Federal Police.
Just wait. Okay, so there's quite a bit of juice in that one.
In Sydney, this woman, arriving from Vietnam on a tourist visa, has failed to declare the enormous amount of food she is carrying.
It looks like it's cooked fish. If we can identify the ingredients, we may be able to release some of it, but certainly not all of it.
All the food is weighed, and any items which are not labelled and are unidentifiable are seized, as well as 20 kilograms of excess fish the passenger is carrying.
It is a huge amount of food.
Failing to declare such a large quantity, including a number of high-risk items, is inexcusable.
Because of all of this food that you said no to, you are going to be fined 340 Australian dollars. Do you understand? How did you come into Australia if you have no money? Do you have a card? Cards? Okay. How are you going to survive here in Australia without any money?
Claiming to have insufficient funds to pay the fine, the woman's situation may be about to get a lot more complicated.
We actually said to her or advised her that if she doesn't have enough funds to actually support herself in Australia, that we would have to refer to immigration. When we did that, the lady was able to come up with more than enough money to pay for the fine.
After eventually finding the $340 in her purse, the passenger pays the fine and is free to go, although she is now travelling more than 20 kilograms lighter than when she arrived. Following a thorough search of an American couple's luggage, Australian Border Force officers have located a package in this man's clothing which they suspect is marijuana.
It was packaged really tightly and it looked well concealed inside the pair of jeans.
The man claims he was unaware the package was there, but he has been cautioned and read his rights. As he is taken to a private interview room, his fiancée backs up his story.
Honestly, he probably didn't even know he had it in his bag because we both, we're in California, you can smoke anywhere, so we'll throw it in our bag or if we're going on a road trip or whatever.
With the baggage search complete, the woman is given the all-clear to repack her belongings, as a sample from the package is taken for testing.
Marijuana has a distinct smell, and as soon as we smelt it, we were pretty sure we knew what we had.
A specific nick test is used to confirm their suspicions. If the plant material is marijuana, the liquid will turn pink.
It's a pretty quick reaction, so it's definitely positive as far as we're concerned for marijuana.
With the confirmation he is carrying an illegal substance, the man will be given the opportunity to speak to a lawyer, while his fiancée is optimistic about the outcome.
We're kind of like hippies. It's just organic, like it grows from the ground. They might just confiscate it. I don't know if he'll go to jail. But even if he does, I'm still gonna go on vacation.
Smuggling any illegal substance across the border is not taken lightly by Australian law enforcement agencies.
He is a user of marijuana. He has used for the last 5 years. He's not that nervous, just unsure of what's going to happen.
The Australian Federal Police arrive and the man's fiancée is told she can leave the airport.
So they gave me the phone number, I guess the police department where they're taking him. They said call in a couple hours. I'm sure he won't be in there that long. So I'm just gonna catch a cab, go to our room, unpack, start sightseeing. I'm not wasting any time.
As she heads off to their hotel in Bondi Beach, the man is escorted to the local police station, where a decision will be made on whether he will be allowed to continue his holiday. In Brisbane, Australian Border Force officers have taken aside a man arriving from India for further investigation after he became flustered answering basic questions about his reason for coming to Australia.
He's very jumpy in front of me and his story keeps changing about who he's here to see or what he's here to do. Who are you coming to see in Australia? Who lives in Australia that you're coming to see?
My sister. And
the man claims he's here to work as a labourer on his sister's blueberry farm, despite suffering from a debilitating back condition.
So even though you've got all the problems in your back, you're still going to go and work on your sister's farm and her husband?
yeah, my back problem in India, no here.
Your back problem doesn't cure itself just because you fly over the border. And if you're going down to work on your sister's farm, picking blueberries and things like that, that's not going to help your back.
A thorough search of his luggage will be conducted, but it's what Officer Chris discovers on the man's phone that is an immediate concern. Stored on the phone is an extremely graphic video.
Now me like my cousin like the India.
The video is so disturbing that it's sure to be classified as illegal content.
Not good to have on your phone.
In Sydney, Australian Border Force is about to interview an Indonesian woman as there are doubts about her true intentions to be here.
We've got an Indonesian passenger, just recently arrived this morning, but has spent 3 months in Australia previously. So we just want to have a bit of a chat to her as to what she was doing the last time she was here and what she's planning to do this time.
Officer Greg will first question her about her previous stay and assess if her time was really spent as a tourist.
Okay, so Dejani, can you tell me, when have you previously been to Australia?
I don't remember.
You don't remember when you've last been to Australia?
Yeah.
Or when you've come to Australia?
No. Sorry. August.
August?
Sorry.
Okay, when you came to Australia last time, you stayed for 10 weeks. Okay, how come you stayed so long?
I'm holiday.
Yeah, so what sort of stuff?
Melbourne 1 week, I backpacker.
Yeah, but what about the other 9 weeks?
Working in city. I'm eat and I'm go to the market.
Her vague answers are not very convincing.
For 9 weeks,
Yes.
it's a very long time.
Yeah.
Everything you just said you were doing, most people 1 week. Apart from the trip in August, have you been to Australia any other time?
No.
But this does not seem correct, as officers also have a previous incoming passenger card from another trip she has made to Australia that she has failed to mention.
Okay, so this is your handwriting?
Yes.
How about this one? This one is your handwriting as well?
No.
He's not?
No.
Ask before you said this is your signature though. Is this your name?
My name's the same.
Yeah, so the name's the same. Is this your handwriting though?
No. My signature really not me. I don't know.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Looks the same though.
Mid-morning rush is well underway, and Biosecurity Officer Anna is on duty x-raying the bags of incoming passengers for any organic material.
I have a Vietnamese student. She's a non-declarant, but looking at her bags on x-ray, she's got a few bags full of food items, which I'll need to have a look at.
And it appears that these items may include undeclared seafood.
Did you read the question?
Yeah, I did.
Under seafood, you know that seafood means anything, any food from the sea? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to have a look in your bags. If you could open that one, please.
And although it's not seafood that is discovered first, the items may still be a concern.
Did you see that there was nuts under this one? Grains, seeds, bulbs, straw, nuts. And you have a lot of nuts that you've brought in, but you didn't declare any.
Sorry, maybe I didn't see before.
Okay.
And the more Officer Anna searches, the more undeclared food she finds.
The jackfruit chips. And this is all tea. You can put them in your bag.
But it's this tightly bound item which is going to take considerable effort to get through its many layers of protective wrapping.
Do you know what's inside this package?
Some food my grandmother made.
Homemade foods need to be inspected, as they may be prohibited due to their high-risk ingredients or the way they're prepared. When the container is revealed, its surprising contents could very likely carry a serious biosecurity threat. A nervous passenger arriving from India may have just landed himself in severe trouble, as Australian Border Force officers have discovered an extremely graphic video stored on his phone.
Dog fighting. India.
Do they fight their dogs for sport, do they? So how many more images like that are on your phone or videos?
This India.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where it is.
Yes.
Do you have any more of them on your phone?
No,
any
no,
more
no,
videos?
no, no, no more.
Because in Australia, that's illegal.
Explicit material which depicts animal cruelty, such as dogfighting, is illegal, and it will need to be investigated further. Then Officer Chris discovers a bag of unidentified powder.
This one, ginger.
For ginger?
Yeah, and something cooking. And
as a precaution, a drug swab is taken from the outside of the packet. In Sydney, Biosecurity Officer Anna is searching the bags of this student arriving from Vietnam, and she has just made a surprising discovery.
In that container, she's got a whole lot of whole crabs. The crabs are seafood, and she hasn't declared anything under seafood on the declaration card.
As the bag search continues, a smorgasbord of dried prawns and fish is discovered. A pile of undeclared seafood is rapidly growing, and it appears the woman may be carrying several kilograms of her dried delicacies.
So, what is this?
Fish.
It's a fish?
Yes.
Seafood is allowed into the country, but there are strict rules about its preparation and hygiene, as there is the potential for it to carry serious diseases and exotic pests.
Oh, with a very big bug in it.
Just a fish and they cut is
Yeah, no, you've got a live insect. Actually got a few bugs in here. Yeah.
Her dried fish is infested with a variety of foreign bugs and insects.
We've got live insects in here.
It's a very serious situation, as the introduction of a new species of pest could have a devastating effect on Australia's fragile environment and its $2 billion seafood industry.
I have to take this to be destroyed.
Surprisingly, the woman seems disappointed to be losing her infested stash of dried fish.
It has bugs, a few different types of bugs in it. Therefore, we have to seize it and destroy it.
And that's not the end of the matter, as this apparently remorseless passenger is now facing a hefty fine.
She doesn't live...
This Indonesian woman is insisting that she has only been to Australia once before, but officers have conflicting information which indicates that she may have in fact been here on 2 previous trips, something that she is denying.
I never came here. There's someone who's used my name.
Okay. Is this your handwriting though?
No.
Looks the same though, doesn't it?
Copy, not same.
Okay.
Different. Who is the...
There is a chance that someone has stolen her identity or that she is lying. Further checks will have to be made.
I'm really angry. My signature really not me. Because...
In the meantime, the interview will concentrate on ensuring that all the details on her current passenger card are correct to assess that she is a legitimate visitor.
Okay, so Dejani, how long are you staying in Australia?
2 weeks.
Okay. You have a return ticket. You have a ticket to go back to Jakarta?
Saya ada dapat 1 bulan.
I have a ticket like listed for 1 month.
Okay. So why, when you filled out the card, why did you put 14 days? Why didn't you put 1 month?
Karena saya pikir
I thought I'd probably be here 2 weeks and I might go home earlier.
She has written on her passenger card that she intends to stay in Surrey Hills with a good friend named Arlene and provided her phone number. But there's also something not quite right with this information.
Okay, I'll let you know. I rang that phone number. That is not the phone number for Arlene.
In Brisbane, a drug swab of a large bag of unidentified powder found in the luggage of this Indian national has returned a positive reading for an illicit substance.
I've taken swabs off it, and it is returning a positive reading for a drug called ketamine. Okay?
Ketamine is a horse tranquilizer illegally misused for its hallucinogenic effects. It can be swallowed, snorted, or even smoked, and Officer Chris has just located a small vial containing more suspicious powder inside the man's bag of tobacco.
What is that?
This one.
Yeah.
And in the bottle and mix.
So the tobacco and the little bottle that was in the tobacco.
No.
You mix them together?
This one.
Yeah.
And here.
Yeah.
And on bottle and here
yeah. And then you eat it. The powder itself is the right colour and consistency to be a narcotic. So we're going to do testing to clarify what that powder is.
A second swab is taken, but this time from the small vial. And that is an extremely high reading for ephedrine, a precursor used in the manufacturing of ice. In Sydney, a student who's arrived from Vietnam is disappointed to be losing her bag of dried fish, which is infested with exotic pests.
It has a few different types of bugs in it. Therefore, we have to seize it and destroy it.
Officers now need to decide what to do about the large amount of undeclared food she is carrying.
She hasn't declared anything on their declaration card, in particular seafood. Yeah. And we've got a jar of whole crabs.
Right, yeah.
A database will confirm what should or shouldn't be seized.
Make sure they're not alive and that there's no contaminated material with them.
Okay, so it looks like she can have
So she can take the crabs with her.
But that does not excuse her false declaration.
Because you've got nearly 18 kilos of food that you've brought in, I'm finding you $170 and I'll just
But
fill in.
there may be a problem.
She says that she has no money.
The woman explains that her auntie is waiting for her and may be able to help with the fine, so she was located by biosecurity officers.
It's $170 and there's no other way out of it.
This Indonesian woman has provided officers with a contact number supposedly belonging to her good friend Arlene, who she claims she will stay with in Surrey Hills, Sydney. But officers have already made a call.
This phone number does not belong to Arlene. We've already spoken to this person, and this person does not know anything about you coming to Australia. Okay? Do you have another phone number for Arlene?
No.
Because I need to speak to Arlene.
Speak Arlene.
Okay, before I can even think about letting you into the country. So who is Arlene? Do they have a first name? Is Arlene the family name?
Sudana.
The passenger explains that Arlene is her friend's Australian name and that Officer Greg has in fact spoken to the correct person, but things are still not adding up.
This person does not know that you're coming to Australia. They don't live in Surrey Hills.
Mungkin dia sudah pindah.
Maybe she's moved.
This person has never lived at that address. So Dejani, I have concerns because if you're telling me you're here to meet with your friend, but yet I've spoken to your friend and your friend says she knows nothing about you coming for this visit.
Yes.
And your friend doesn't live at this address and has never lived at this address, obviously I have some concerns about that. Do you understand? So at this time, I'm going to issue you some paperwork to officially let you know I am considering cancelling your visa and not allowing you into Australia today. Now, in order to be fair, I'm going to give you a period of time to have a think about it and then tell me whether this is right or wrong or any reasons to change my mind.
It's not me, I don't know. First time in Australia, his story with me.
Yeah.
Why he agree with me, I don't know.
In Brisbane, a swab test has been taken from a suspicious vial of white powder that this Indian man says he sprinkles on his tobacco before smoking it.
That's just come back massive, really, with everything.
Yeah, okay.
So again, that test come back positive for ephedrine, which is a type of drug. Ephedrine is a precursor for a number of drugs that are common across, whether it be ecstasy or ice. So it's quite a concern for the border. Now we need to go and check and try and confirm that there is no drugs in there. You sprinkle the powder on your cigarettes, is that what you do? Could be a mixture of ketamine and ephedrine that he's carrying. So we're going to do a secondary test with a different machine to try and clarify what the two substances are. Two other officers are just getting that ready now and they'll take the items away and do a secondary test in a second.
In the meantime, Officer Chris confronts the man about the disturbing videos found on his phone, which have been determined to be restricted content.
The video that is on there and the other video, the pictures I've seen of dogs fighting, that's completely illegal in Australia and you can't have it on your phone.
Okay, but
so our law states that you are, stop and listen,
okay.
Our law states that if you try and bring those videos over the border, we will automatically seize the item that they are on, which is your phone. So we're going to seize your phone today, as well as, because you have broken the Australian law, today we are going to issue you with an infringement notice for $340.
But that may not be the end of the man's problems, as secondary testing begins on the suspicious powders found in his suitcase. Australian Border Force is intending to cancel the visa of this Indonesian woman, but she has been given one last chance to convince Officer Greg that she really is a legitimate tourist.
So I've had an opportunity to speak to the passenger. She's given me a bit more of an explanation as to what she did here and what her plans are. However, she has spent a lot of time in the country before and can't tell me what she was doing here. She can't really tell me what she's planning to do when she comes back. Her friends on shore don't know that she's coming here. But I'm really not satisfied with it. There's no detail there. So at this point, I am going to go ahead and cancel a visa and make arrangements for her to go back to Indonesia. So after weighing up all of the information available to me, I am satisfied that the grounds for cancelling the visa outweigh the reasons for not cancelling. As your visa has been cancelled, you have been refused immigration clearance and you are now detained under Section 189 of the Migration Act.
In Brisbane, further testing of 2 suspicious powders found in the luggage of this Indian traveller has been completed.
Both tests for the brown powder and the white powder are negative.
Even though the initial drug readings are likely due to the man's belongings being in recent contact with illegal substances, officers are satisfied he's not carrying anything with him.
So we're happy that they are what he said they are and there's no narcotic substance there.
But before the man is free to go, he needs to pay the fine for the restricted content found on his phone. However, it still has not sunk in that he won't be taking his mobile with him.
And my phone...
Gone. I mean, even if you go to court, you won't get your phone back, okay?
But no my video, okay? No my house dog, okay?
The problem is, in Australia, we're not in India, okay? In Australia, okay, your phone will be destroyed because it's got videos that are illegal in Australia on it.
Man seems to have finally got the message.
Gone my phone. Hey, shit.